Hello, Taurus. This is your love and relationship reading for February 2019. So, knowing that this is February, Valentine's Day will be on February 14th. I know a lot of you watching the videos this month are going to have extended interest in what happens on that day. So, I will do my best to give this general reading, but also give you a heads up on what might be coming up in the next few weeks. That will kind of tie everything together. So, as we get started, I just want to point out, as I'm pulling out the cards here, there's a card right in the middle of the 9 cards. Okay? And the middle card, I consider that middle card to be the root issue or the general energy of what your month will be like. So you have a 9 of Cups. Cups is associated with emotions. The 9 of Cups is also considered the wish card. If you see it in your reading, it means that a wish might come true. But it's also about being social, being with friends and family, being with the people you love, taking care of them, going out, partying. So you're just, it's just in an emotional abundance of love and feeling good and spending time with people. So some of you Gemini people, this is probably for some of you an extraordinarily social time that's probably carried over from the holidays, especially as you're spending time with your partner. The other thing I want to point out is your major arcana. And you only have 2, but they're very closely related. You have Justice right here in your past, and you see Justice mediating between this fire energy, 5 of Wands, which is a card of disputes and conflicts and arguments, and then you have a 2 of Wands, which is the card of partnership and possibilities. So Justice is doing its thing here for you, Gemini. It's associated with Libra, but still there's a sword, represents air. So I see you mediating and working things out with a relationship here. Then you have your major arcana, the Emperor. The Emperor is a ruler, gets everybody together. You'll see he has that scepter in his hand, which is also considered a wand. So lots of fire energy here in the past, and more fire energy here in the future. This could actually represent the energy of your love interest or partner, in that I see you with your partner having conflicts and disputes. And for some of you, it might not be a big deal. Maybe it's the fact that you and your partner are not on the same page. But you do see that 2 of Wands there, where it seems as if you were able to work it out. That you were able to, some of you might have had some important discussions back in January. But whatever the case may be, you'll see here in the past that the Justice card intervened and sort of addressed this conflict, and now you have a 2 of Wands with a partnership. Everything is cool and balanced and resolved. So when we get here to the Emperor establishes rules. He's sort of like the ruler of the material world, associated with Pentacles. So when I look here in the future, I see a lot of the wishy-washiness and confusion that's happening here being resolved by the Emperor as well. And once again, you see this little shift here, this transformation here in your future. Someone's being very stubborn with that 4 of Pentacles reversed. The Emperor comes along and sort of like said, let's get it together. Once again, some relationship issues going on, not necessarily with you, but definitely with your partner. A little bit of stubbornness. But then again, you'll see a 10 of Wands here, and 10 is always the number of endings and beginnings. So it's ever stressing your partner out, maybe a little bit of commitment phobia. When I look at the energies of these wands, I see the conflict, I see the partnership, I see resolution and just being overwhelmed and just wanting to resolve issues. Your partner might be having financial difficulties. Maybe you two have had a lot of relationship issues that are getting in the way of the romantic energy this month. So I see the general shift in February, having a great Valentine's Day as indicated by this Nine of Cups, but still you and your partners or your love interest are still trying to get on the same page as far as where you see the relationship going, matching energies. Your partner might be going too fast or being too impatient or not being able to hang in there when problems come up. So you see these pentacles here. When we get here to that second row, you're dealing with a lot of waiting around, like let's get it together. You're still emotionally open to each other, but you see these Eight of Swords here for you, Gemini, and Eight of Swords is just being confused, not knowing what to do, not finding solutions. But I think, remember what this Eight of Swords also means. It means taking the blindfold off, seeing things what they are. Don't think in your head too much. Try to see the relationship where it is. You can't solve problems with your partner if you're not willing to empathize and not be too judgmental. And that can happen with air signs, I know, because I'm a Libra. So there's some stubbornness here in the future, unwillingness to change that's going on here. And the Emperor is bringing order, leadership, responsibility. But your partner is still going to be a little bit stressed out, but they're willing to make an effort in the relationship. So whatever underlying problems you've been dealing with, Gemini, it seems like you're holding things together with the energy of this Nine of Cups. That you know, for some of you, you and the person you're dating, you're still socializing, you're still able to be together, but your partner is still trying to find out how they feel, trying to find their balance in the relationship. And as I said, some of these problems, I see it as you and your partner not being on the same page. Your partner sort of emotionally pushing you away sometimes, sending mixed messages. So when you have that Seven of Pentacles paired with the Eight of Swords, you're waiting around, you're confused, you have no idea what the next step is. So I'm going to fast forward here, and we're going to pull an outcome card. So the theme here today, Gemini, is just keep tending to your needs. Your partners might be in a bit of a mood here. I don't think you should let it distract you too much. But use your intellect, use your insight to sort of get past these issues. And so, more swords. So you've had, this is an interesting spread. Not a lot of major arcana. Your outcome card is the Seven of Swords. And sometimes this can be it can be a negative card based on what's surrounding it. It's not applying to someone else. Sometimes this card can mean someone's cheating on you. If someone asks me, well, tell me about what my boyfriend is thinking, and you know, I pull cards and a Seven of Swords comes up, that would be a big heads up to me that your boyfriend or girlfriend is not telling you everything. The Seven of Swords generally means having your own strategy, keeping your thoughts to yourself. Sometimes it can mean secrets, not necessarily lying, but it means not letting your right hand know what the left hand is doing, or vice versa. Sometimes it means thinking of a new strategy and not letting people know what you're thinking, on a Michael Corleone type of vibe, you know. But what I think this means for you, Gemini, as your outcome card in regards to relationships, is keep your options open, but also don't make assumptions. Sometimes people just be very wise. The Seven of Swords is like observe more than you talk sometimes, but it also means looking out for yourself and just reading people and not taking everything at face value. So some of the issues, if you've been coming into the month of February with issues with your partner is trying to work those things out. You two will probably try to, as you're together and you're spending Valentine's Day together, there might actually be a shift, a good shift, to where this Ten of Wands means that you and your partner won't be so stressed out or mistrustful or afraid. Your partner seems to be willing, or there seems to be a door open to work these problems out. So with the Seven of Swords, Gemini, here's a good opportunity for you to use your duality to see both sides of the issue. You're famous for, having, keeping your thoughts to yourself and presenting, sometimes people call Gemini people two-faced, but in certain situations it can be a good thing. But just trust yourself more than the relationship right now. You want to build trust, but also don't just try to keep a balance between building trust and just being blinded to what's going on. Just keep your eyes open. Okay? So I wish you a happy Valentine's Day. I'll see you next month. And as always, a big shout out to all my subscribers, my clients, my patrons. Thank you so much. I'll see you next month. And as always, I wish you love and light.